All right, we are back with another episode of Real in the Field, coming off a hot weekend of games. It was a mess. It was a shit show out there. We had one game that was just completely like lackluster, and then one that was really entertaining, but just had the lines just completely came apart. So where do you want to start?
All right, we're starting with the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Let's get that going. It was the first game. Chiefs, dude. Travis Kelce, Mahomes got just so annoying. They're so good. They're so good. They were so dialed in. They were so coached up.
Yeah.
They knew exactly what to do. They executed their game plan. Kelce was unstoppable on third down.
Yeah, he was a beast for sure.
And it was awesome. It was a clinic. It's why they've been to the Super Bowl however many times and however many years and yada yada.
Yeah.
Like, so good.
Well, and the Ravens came out with a game plan that was confusing. They ran the ball like
six times.
They ran the ball like madmen all season long, and then when they came into the playoffs and going the game that's going to decide whether or not they go in the Super Bowl, they just say, let's just go away from that. And let's just huck it down the field time after time. It was a bold strategy.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Yeah.
And did not pay off for them. It was like watching a game of Madden when you're down by a bunch and you're just hucking it down the field. And it like nothing was landing. It was kind of it was just kind of embarrassing. Like, why would you go away from the run game that won you so many games, put you made you the number one seed in the AFC, and opened up your passing game so much so that Lamar Jackson was looking just like not even looking. He is the MVP, and you go away from that completely and rush the ball 6 times. Against one of the worst rushing defenses.
Yeah, they're ranked somewhere in the 20s, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I think they panicked a little bit. They got behind, right? And well, first they got 3 and outed. Chiefs went down, scored, and then it was kind of like, what's going on? And then they just couldn't get their footing. Then they had like stupid penalties.
Yeah, like really bad ones.
The personal fouls.
Yeah, hitting when after the play was over, just coming in.
Mahomes got hit in the face, and then Kelce got headbutted by Van Noy, and all those. I've been coaching football a long time. All those were frustration penalties.
Yep. Yeah.
You were embarrassed.
Yep.
You were frustrated.
Getting punched in the mouth.
You're just the playbook's out the window, and you're like, only thing I can do is lash out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did.
That is, pure frustration. And then when you have things that just aren't going your way, you're going down the field, you have a really nice drive going, and then you get the ball punched out. And
go before that a little bit.
Yeah.
So when Flowers caught the ball, he spun it and taunted.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then they got like, dude, you're going to call it taunting?
Yeah.
in the championship, like, dude, get out of here.
It just was a lackluster game. It was I think we all felt frustrated. I think everybody wanted to see Lamar Jackson get to the Super Bowl, and everybody wanted to not see Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And here we are, like you said, however many years that the Chiefs have been in it. I don't think Andy Reid gets enough credit for his part. Not a lot of people have been taught. It's a lot of talk about Patrick Mahomes, and of course, he gets his due. And same thing with Travis Kelce. But not a lot of people have been talking about Andy Reid and what he's done to coach his team to get into that position.
Yeah, I agree. And then last year, remember their offense coordinator Eric Bieniemy.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh, it's because of me. It's because of me." So, and then he got an opportunity somewhere else, and he left, right? And he hasn't really done anything much with that. So again, just add on, that just shows how good Andy Reid is.
Yeah, he gets his guys ready.
Dude, getting a game plan. The Chiefs' defense was dialed in.
Yeah, they were dialed in. They were flying all over the
place.
place.
Blitzing from here, blitzing from there. Yeah. Like, dude, they played so well. And then they forced Lamar to throw that pick at the end, which was
throwing into triple cover.
He was just trying to make something happen.
It was like you said, it was a frustrated, just trying to make something happen. And it's one of those things, like that far into the game, when you haven't developed the run, you haven't developed Lamar Jackson, his run or his ability to run. Yeah. Like you've done nothing, and then it just comes desperation. It's like how I felt playing Madden or playing against someone who's really good, and you have no game plan after that. You think, oh, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna do this, and then in the end, you're just like fucking streaks. Everyone streaks. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone streak, and it ends up like it's not going to go your way. It's just not gonna. You're not going to come down with the ball every time, and it's going to lead to mistakes.
Okay, think back to those Madden days, and you're playing. Like, how mad and frustrated did you get? And then when the person that you're playing is celebrating or talking some smack,
dude,
you get like angry.
Lorenzo Calderon was that guy. Every time we play against each other, and he would run up the score on me, and I was just like, couldn't do anything about it. So I would just what do they call it when you just
hit the reset
button? Like, nope, that game doesn't count. I turned it off.
No, but I go back to that. The fumble was huge on the goal line going in. That would have been a huge momentum swing. And to get so credit to the Chiefs for keep playing hard on defense and punching the ball out.
Yeah.
And then the very last drive, like the Ravens weren't completely out of it.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs need to get a first down, and Mahomes just throws up and completes that long ball, dude. And right then and there, you're like, dude, these guys are.
And that's what and that's like, that's just how it's always been with them. They find a way to get it done. They find a way when they need that first down, they'll get it. They find a way Patrick Mahomes has a way of just getting it done. One way or another, the guy just gets it done. And it's frustrating to see. And I don't want to say frustrating because I am not like a Chiefs hater or anything like that. But I think we all, as sports fans, you don't like seeing that same team just kind of get in it. You want to see some.
It happened when the Patriots were on the run. Everyone hated Tom Brady. Everyone had, they lost Welker. Now they have Edelman. Now they have Amendola. And it's like, well, this time we're going to get him. And then they just did it again.
And you're just like, keep doing it.
You just hate on them. Yeah,
it's just your natural disposition when a team is that dominant. I think it's just always in us to root for the underdog, and it's hard saying that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens were underdogs. But when you have that much success, it's like, all right, let's. There's a reason why, and we saw it. Why they are just so successful. They just find ways to get it done. But another team that found a way to get it done was the Niners.
Oh my gosh,
that was okay. It was a very entertaining game.
Yes.
It was, it was a roller coaster of emotions.
Yes.
And you're left with being impressed with Brock Purdy.
Yes.
We've been, I'm not a fan of his, but we've talked about just how much of a stud he was last year and, getting his team into that position.
And then if he would have, definitely.
Last game, he had a really bad game, and we were just wondering if he was going to bounce back. And dude, sure as shit, he did.
Gosh, but talk about a game that is like the tale of two halves.
Right.
The Lions come out just dominating, converting on third down.
Yeah.
Running the ball on like a 3rd and 15 and converting. Just keeping the Niners on their heels.
Yeah.
And
punching him in the mouth, really.
Jared Goff was playing well.
He played really well that first half.
Dude, he was playing really well.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason in the second half, the Niners just came out and put their foot down.
They just came out swinging.
This is gonna stop, okay?
Yeah.
And the Lions were kind of like, "This is gonna stop," and they were like, "Yeah, this shit stops now. We're gonna win."
And there was some key moments, some fourth down, some play that Dan Campbell he's been like the let it ride. Let's put it all on either black or red. he really does take those big risks, and I don't know statistically like if he's just going off of like what statistic would make.
They're around 30% success rate on fourth down conversions.
But I don't like. Is his decision based in in those analytics, or is it just like let's just do it, let's just let it ride, let it roll?
Yeah, they had. They had those like kick the field goal to tie it, or go for it.
Right.
There was that weird decision down on the goal line when they were trying to save the timeouts. They threw the ball, and then you try to run it, and it was very obvious. And then you had to waste a timeout. Like there were a couple decisions, but I mean,
in hindsight, it looks bad because you do the math and you go, if they were to kick a field goal on that play instead of going for it and turning it over in San Francisco's side of the field, it's a different score. It could be a different outcome.
Yeah,
but had they gotten the first down and maybe, went down the field and scored or done something, like it's all, hindsight's 2020, but it's hard when you see a couple times, when the game against the Cowboys, when they went for two instead of just kicking a field goal, like what does that look like? How does history change? You know what I mean? And it's when it's one time, and if it's in a game that gets you from the number 1 seed to the number whatever 4 seed or whatever it is, it's kind of like okay, like get it,
whatever.
Yeah, but
we're playing with house money.
Yeah, but on this one where it's like you're playing for the Super Bowl, I don't know, just conservative. Like what it does being conservative, like benefit you long run, like with points.
Sure. Yeah, he used the philosophy that they've always stuck with, which is fine.
Yeah.
Right? Live by the sword, die by the sword. Like, I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, this is what got us there. We're rolling with this. We go for it on fourth down.
Right.
Like, we're gamblers.
That's
our style.
Yeah.
However,
yeah,
like sometimes you have to put that to the side and just like take the points, dude.
Yeah.
Like just take the points. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, and I've done it as a coach too, where we've gambled and like, oh, let's go for it. Let's do this. Oh, let's run this cool fake punt that doesn't work. Like, and you try those things.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you need to take a deep breath and say, kick the field goal. Let's take the points.
Right. I guess to your point about live by the sword, die by the sword. If that's their creed, that's their what the philosophy that they tell their players, like, all right, then that's just kind of how we roll.
Yeah.
And win or lose, like we're gonna go to the grave feeling like that was the right decision because that's Lions football. And like you can't argue like what Dan Campbell has done and the success that he's had with that organization, getting them into that position to be possible Super Bowl contenders. Just a field goal away from like possibly doing that.
Think about this: of all the episodes we've done here, never in a million years would we have been sitting like this talking about the Detroit Lions. Right? So, dude, so much credit for them, what they've done.
Yeah. I think they're going to be good for a while under his leadership and under the way that he coaches those guys. It's a tough, kind of borderline dirty defense that plays really, really hard. It's a tough team. It's a tough defense. And
that's their gritty, and that's their mantra and stuff like that.
And if that can be the narrative for them, if that's going to be their narrative, they just are gritty, nasty players that just will get after you. When you play them, you better like buckle up your chin strap because they're coming after you. That's something that Detroit's never or hasn't had in a really long time. So it'll benefit them for sure. So now we have the Super Bowl that nobody asked for, that nobody wants, and I think I might just go for a bike ride.
I was going to say
Super Bowl Sunday.
I say we save predictions for next week.
Yeah.
But there are a couple things I want to talk about before we move on.
Okay.
Can we stop the pre-game fashion shows? Can we stop like watching the players walk in from like their
You don't
outfits.
like see it? You don't
can
like
we
see
can
it?
we stop looking at every 49ers like wife and her coat that she's wearing, and like, can we stop that?
Okay, I think that it is kind of entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, I do like it. I do like it. They're very like dapper. They dress really, really well, and they got their little bag in hand. Like, what are they carrying in there? What's Aaron Donald carrying into the locker room? What does he need? What is he? His uniform? His uniform's over there.
Okay,
What is he carrying? A toothbrush?
Okay, what looks more badass? Brock Purdy, who rolls in looking like a professor,
Yeah, dude, looking like
just
he like teaches at Elmo.
who just got done lecturing a class, who goes and friggin' wins, like, that's badass. Then
By whose metric? That's like what? Because he's dressed like a nerd. Like all of a sudden, that's like better.
yeah, that's why.
Well, what if he was just in flip flops and in shorts? Is that better?
I guess when you win, it all looks good, I guess.
Well, because yeah, if he would have lost that game, all right, let's look at what Jared Goff wore, and if it was anything,
They were
like,
pretty similar.
That's what I'm saying. He looks like a nerd, loser nerd with his lisp.
With his lisp. Okay, yeah, let's back up. Did Jared Goff didn't lose that game? Do you think so? Because we talked about this about like if he played okay, but it was something else on the team.
I don't think Jared Goff lost them the game. I think that he just didn't win them the game. And I think that's like the difference like between I mean, he didn't play bad. That first half he was really good. He was excellent. I mean, they were riding such a huge margin that it was like very statistically like very improbable that San Francisco would come back and win that. So in those moments, like your guy, the guy that's at the helm, needs to be able to take the reins and put the nail in the coffin, and he didn't. He didn't. In what way?
He hit those dudes in the hands, and they dropped him. So
I
that's
get
all
it.
I'm saying. That
I get
like,
it.
He did what he could. He did his part.
But that's what I'm saying is that is Jared Goff. He does what he can. And that's the difference between him and even like a Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is like I'm not going to do what I can and just be happy with whatever the outcome is. He makes the outcome happen. Patrick Mahomes makes the outcome happen.
Brock Purdy threw a ball that literally bounced off a Lions dude's helmet.
Yeah.
And the Niners caught it. So how does that have to do with?
I don't know.
There's got to be some
cosmically. There is something.
The Goff luck.
The Goff luck is like rearing its ugly head, and in those moments, yes, like when the coin can fall heads or tails. If Goff calls heads, it's gonna land tails.
God,
there is just something.
Those were good balls, dude. They hit the dudes right in the hands.
But that's what I'm saying is there's something culturally or something just in the zeitgeist where like people just assume or people just like it's been so ingrained in people's head that it's not going to land Goff's way because he's not that quarterback. And maybe we're perpetuating it by like kind of like feeding that. But nevertheless, that is the case. And I think that it will continue to be that. You know how like
I
when,
hope
like,
not for his sake and Detroit's
no,
sake.
I know.
I hope
but
it.
you know, like when there's just some organizations or some players or some like just like the culture is that losing culture, and it is hard. It is very hard to be like to move beyond it or to ignore it. You know. It's one of those things that like once the narrative starts to kind of like take on, it starts to snowball, it starts to take on a life of its own. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of thing.
Okay,
where,
but if we compare him to Josh Allen, you compare him to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're not saying that stuff about those dudes.
No.
But dude, Jared Goff did not. Like he has nothing to hang his head about. I feel like he.
I mean, if he says that and that's his narrative that I don't have anything to hang my head on, then that just solidifies my opinion of him.
I'm just saying. I thought the guy played well.
Yeah, he did.
He
He
didn't
played
drop
well.
he didn't drop those passes.
No, he didn't. He didn't. I think
So
it's,
that's the only thing I guess I can
no, I
defend him,
know,
like,
I know. I think it's beyond drop passes. I think it's more like, all right, Patrick Mahomes, like after that Bills game, after the game, Patrick Mahomes was not satisfied with the outcome of that game. He was talking about the refs. He was hemming and hawing. He was, I mean, even in like the handshake with Josh Allen was like that game, like that's kind of BS. Like it was like that talking about like the call that was made.
yeah. Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that kind of mentality where you're so disillusioned with the possibility that you could have lost that game. It's like it's unfathomable for Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
He's so in this like thought that that's impossible. I don't lose games. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And
No,
when
I get it. Like, yeah.
and that kind of mentality is the difference between like in those game of inches, like the difference, right? And I'm not saying like that Jared Goff, like he put the ball where it was supposed to go, but Jared Goff is not that guy who is going to not be satisfied with that loss. Meaning like Jared Goff in the end of it would be like, well, I did all I can and, you know, I'll hang my hat on that and that's all I can do. He's like, it's the difference between him and Patrick Mahomes where Patrick Mahomes isn't satisfied with the outcome of that game. So much so that he will contest it and protest that this isn't how things go. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Whereas Jared Goff is just like, hey, them's the breaks. We'll catch you in the offseason and we'll come back and see how it goes next year.
Yeah.
It's a difference. It's a different kind of like cutthroat mentality. I think the most or the only person that kind of comes to mind with that is Kobe Bryant and that kind of mentality. Tom Brady, where
Michael Jordan,
Jordan, those kinds of like cutthroat mentality where losing isn't even an option.
Yeah.
There's no amount of like that doesn't enter their mind at all. And I think that with Jared Goff, not only does it get in there, it's infiltrated it, and I think that it in some way just like bleeds out into the entire organization or the entire the confidence of the people that are around him. And I don't know, maybe it's just like going too far down the rabbit hole with like the psychology of how that can affect other players. But when that is the case and you know that this to be like, you hear the narrative, it almost becomes like, all right, well, we're all going to like fulfill this prophecy of what we know this person to be in this like situation to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do. I get it.
That was way more psychology that I think that we've ever intended to do on this.
Okay, two more. We'll make them quick. First one, can we stop the fashion shows?
Yeah.
Next one is, can we stop saying that Patrick Mahomes is the best ever, that he's the GOAT? Wasn't it just 2 years ago we said that Tom Brady was the GOAT because he won, six Super Bowls and, all
two
this
different
stuff.
organizations,
right?
yeah.
So can we let's pump the brakes a little bit.
I think we can slow our roll on that.
Yeah.
I think
let's let him win a couple more and then we'll have that talk.
Yeah.
Eventually.
It's looking like that. I mean,
I know, but it's just the recency bias.
and maybe not
because we're all seeing it right now.
Right.
Come on.
We are living in a really interesting time. I feel like, Tom Brady has gone on to, graze out in the field somewhere.
Oh, he's announcing next year.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Who's he replacing?
I think he's announcing on
Greg Olsen?
Fox, I believe.
So
I could be wrong on who, but I saw a thing he's announcing.
So I mean, now that he's like, gone from the NFL or gone from playing, like you kind of need that next person to step up, or you need the next like superhero. You need the next, and that guy's been fulfilling he's living up to it. He's really jumping into that. And
but I'm just saying the GOAT talk. Like, can we?
I can agree with you there.
Yeah, let's dial it back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Last one, Taylor Swift.
Oh God, can we stop?
Was on the field. All right. Afterwards, Andy Reid.
Yeah.
From the podium, pointed at her and she pointed back like she called plays or some shit.
Dude, can you
I
imagine
usually
Taylor
don't cuss
Swift?
on here, by the way. That's how
Imagine
upset I
Taylor
was.
Swift drawing up plays with Andy Reid.
My God.
Like trying to get Kelce like open over the middle.
Throw it to my boyfriend right here. Dude, I was just beside myself on how much they showed her and then the talk of it. Just
Listen,
stop.
I'm starting to turn the corner on Taylor Swift, and I think I'm coming around to it.
Are you kidding me?
I think I'm starting to embrace it a little bit. I've gotten tired of being as I've grown older, I'm trying to be more loving, more accepting.
You're lame. She's lame. The whole situation.
I'm
is
trying
lame.
to
So lame.
run a little bit more, go with the grain a little bit more. Going against the grain always. It's it's a tough road sometimes. It's a lonely road.
Dude, you know that one picture where it fooled us of how like the Super Bowl colors, the emblems and the colors,
Dude, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, remember that? And so
Yeah.
we thought it was going to be
Ravens
the
and Niners. Yeah.
And so one of our listeners sent me that, and it was redone. And it was a picture of the Niners, and then in the corner was a picture of Taylor Swift in her purple dress. So it was the color purple of her.
Dang it. Well, the conspiracy lives on.
Oh my
That's
gosh!
it.
But dude, we gotta stop.
I know. It's hard because it's like it's all that anybody talks about. It's so out there, and I think I'm gonna stop pushing back. I think I'm totally embracing this Swifty. I'm gonna get a bracelet, and I'm gonna put your initials on it.
Dude, she doesn't know anything about football.
I don't think she claims to.
But
you know what it
like,
is.
But no, because like the amount of attention that she undeserved. What's the word I'm looking for?
Undeservedly?
Thank you. Is getting
Yeah.
for at a football event
Yeah.
is irritating.
I know. I've tried to move beyond it. It's just impossible. Like she has this like it's like a black hole that just sucks you in, and no matter what, you have to like it. No matter what, if you're going to watch football and you're going to watch the Chiefs, you're going to get sucked into that whole thing. You're going to have an opinion. You're going to have to, like it is. It's she's got that much. I guess you can respect that she just has that much swagger that she can just like bring everybody in and make everybody this like riled up about
right, but like they don't show like Patrick Mahomes' wife anymore.
I mean, I don't think they should have to begin with, but
right, I understand that, but like, why show her?
Dude, she's a global superstar. Somehow she's captured the attention of everybody on planet Earth for some reason. Her music, her aura, her personality, like something.
Her bangs are awful, by the way.
I am not a fan of her bangs, but she's got.
I'm no fashionista or anything, but.
Oh, now you have opinion on fashion.
Yeah. Let's stop the fashion show. However, you're fashion.
However, if you are going to come out here, she had a pretty cool like puffer jacket, that like Travis Kelce puffer jacket.
Dude,
it was like
so
custom.
Much attention for what? For nothing. For having a boyfriend that plays football.
Well, no,
they're not even married.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe she just maybe it gets everybody thinking about having something like that.
Is she gonna perform with Usher?
Nah, no way. I don't think she performs.
Does Travis propose if they win on the field?
I think he's that much of a what's the word?
Blowhard?
Blowhard, yes. That he will. He would. Not will, but would.
So if they win, he's getting down on her knee.
Oh, dude, he's going...
confetti flying down.
He's doing Fiesta Bowl, Boise State,
you heard
Statue
it here,
of
folks.
Liberty.
You heard it here.
Well, that is, the power couple of the NFL and of pop culture right now. So we're just going to have to live with it. Super Bowl, whatever... Roman numeral something or other is coming up.
We'll do our predictions.
Nobody asked for it. Nobody wants it. But It's going to happen nevertheless. And I don't know.
Power couple.
My prediction is that
They've been dating for like 3 months. Why are we even? Oh, God.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back after this. All right, this episode is brought to you by Pro West Electrical. Pro West Electrical is owned by our friend, who we went to high school with, Anthony Sabasco. He's got over 15 years of electrical experience. His company does panel replacement, do recessed lighting. They actually did all the electrical and the recessed lighting in my house. They do switches, EV chargers, Ring doorbell. They'll change a light bulb in your house if you want them to, if you pay them to.
That's right. And you can visit their website, prowestelectrical.net, or you give them a call, 714-306-1570.
Pro West Electrical, powering up your world. All right, and we are back from break. All right, J. Mitch, what do we got this week?
All right. So we've been talking about Taylor Swift. And,
unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. And Travis Kelce and power couples.
Yeah.
Even though they are not married. But over time, throughout sports, there has been couples who have come and gone.
Okay.
Some have gotten married. Some have been just, boyfriend, girlfriend on their, little flings on their way.
Right.
That have burnt out. You name it. So
Flash in the pan.
Yeah. So we got ourselves a list here. We just want to see if you could name some power couples.
Oh, okay.
But there's going to be an athlete in all of these.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So rack your brain. No particular order. So
Okay.
just hit me with what you got.
All right. J-Lo and Derek Jeter? Is she in there? A-Rod.
Alex Rodriguez and J-Lo was on the list.
Circa 2000.
Doesn't matter. J-Lo's.
Yeah.
She just-
Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian. And do you remember who?
Well, there's like a handful of them. All right. We got Reginald Bush.
Yes, Reggie Bush.
Chris Humphries.
Yeah. I believe they got married for a very short period of time.
Right. There's got to be someone else in there. I'm forgetting. I mean, there's like a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got two. There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go. Good. Okay. Keep going. What else you got?
There is Kate Upton and Verlander.
Yes, Justin Verlander
Justin
and Kate
Verlander.
Upton. Very good. He's a good pitcher.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen.
Whatever her last name is, but yes, Giselle and Tom.
Yeah.
Giselle and Tom.
Giselle and Tom.
Absolutely. On the list.
I don't know the wife's name, but Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods and the Swedish gal.
Yeah, the Swedish gal.
Yeah.
I think they're not on the list because you just called her the Swedish gal.
Well,
you know what I mean? I think we would have known her name.
Yeah, more infamous than famous.
Yeah. We would have known her name. So I'm going to say no.
No. Rick Fox and Vivica A. Fox.
Not on
the list.
Not on my list, but I'll give you a check mark for him.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think I'm getting all those names right.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll add Rick Fox right here.
Eva Longoria
Yes.
and Tony Parker.
That is correct. Eva Longoria and Tony Parker
All right.
are somewhere on my list right here. Yes.
Okay.
There you go. And they were married for a while. I thought that one was going to stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, she seems kind of like a lot. She seems like she's a lot to.
Think so?
Yeah.
Could
Just
be
like
right.
a little ball of energy that just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dennis Rodman and Carmen Electra.
Yeah. Shocker. That one didn't work out. But yeah, Carmen Electra.
That was like the it
Dennis Rodman.
Oh, David Beckham and Posh Spice.
Oh my gosh. Number one.
Oh my God,
Number
is
one.
it?
They
Oh, are
the
these
best.
ranked?
No.
Oh,
They're number one in my book.
oh, gotcha. Let's see. Who did Mike Piazza date?
Who knows? I think Mike Piazza's has a bunch of kids now. I think.
Oh, he does.
I think.
Oh,
Could be wrong.
oh man. I've got
Do you
like
need,
not.
some, do you need some hints?
Sure, I'll take a hint.
Okay. We talk about this quarterback a lot.
Jared Goff.
Not Jared Goff, Philly. Not Jared Goff.
Well, we do. I think we need to cut back on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Russell Wilson and Sierra.
Yes. That is on the list.
Oh.
That's not who I was talking about, but yes. Aaron Rodgers and
Mia Hamm.
no.
Danica Patrick.
Danica Patrick.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers.
Wow, what did I like? Oh, and he also dated Olivia Munn, I think.
For a short time, yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, I think I'm out. I hit the.
All right.
I'll give you a couple more hints.
Tennis. Older school tennis. See if any listeners at home. Older school tennis. He had a lot of commercials back in the day when we were growing up.
What is it? No, not that.
You got Steffi Graf and Andre Agassi.
Oh, dude, the Armenian. Armenian.
He's Armenian?
Yeah, he's Armenian.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think that's him and Cher, like the top two for Armenian pride.
Really? I never knew that.
Oh, Serena Williams and the guy that invented or started Reddit.
Not on the list.
Oh,
Because
he's not a tennis
we
player.
don't know that guy's name.
I mean, he's arguably like more successful than Serena Williams. So both. So this
No. So that
that was
Steffi
Andre
Graf and
Agassi.
Andre Agassi.
Okay.
Another tennis player.
Okay.
She was a big sensation when we were growing up.
Venus Williams.
No.
Dude, my knowledge of
Tennis
players is very, very limited. You got
I'll give you a
Serena
hint.
Williams, Venus Williams, and
I'll give you a hint. Anna Kournikova
Enrique Iglesias.
married Enrique Iglesias.
Oh, wow, married.
Yes. Married.
Are they still
children.
together?
They are still together.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, good for them.
Story, right?
Yeah.
Good story. Okay, let's see. Another famous singer and a hockey player.
Wayne Gretzky?
No.
Shania Twain.
No.
Hockey player
Yep.
and I just thought of one random one.
She's blonde.
I just thought of two that I don't even know if they're on the list, but Hayden Panettiere.
And that boxer.
Yeah, and Klitschko, one of the Klitschko brothers.
Right. They got divorced.
Oh.
Yeah. But
And then Ashley
check
Judd and the Formula One driver. That's somewhere on that. I don't know where on that list.
Okay.
The hockey player.
You hear her sing once a week.
She sings a Sunday night game anthem. Oh, what the hell's her name? Oh my gosh. It is Carrie Underwood.
There you go.
And I have no idea who
Carrie Underwood and Mike Fisher.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
There you go. Other one is Gabrielle Union, who married.
I do know this. Miami Heat.
Yep.
I could see his face, but I just can't think of his name. Jesus.
It's not Jesus.
It's not Jesus. Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade.
Wade.
All right. And the number one. Are you ready? The original. These two set the tone.
Oh.
Marilyn Monroe.
Joe DiMaggio.
Set the tone, baby. They were number one.
That is the number one power couple.
That's
Dude,
right.
they are leaving Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift in their wake of.
They started it all.
Yeah,
they
that
started
was
it
like
all.
number one for sure.
But if I were to rank our era, definitely Beckham and Posh,
Yeah.
and then Tom Brady and Giselle. I would say
yeah,
those
they're
two
up
are
there.
Those two are like it.
That's the it couple
Yeah,
for sure.
Way better than the Swifties and all.
This is this. So those are Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are this era's Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe. Sadly, That's what this era will remember. This is the pinnacle of sports power couple.
I hope not. I hope not. But I am on to something that, like, dude, if they win, I would not be surprised if he asked on the field, got down on the knee and did it.
There's got to be odds. Like, if there's, I think we should for sure put money on that. Just straight, like, money line.
Any listeners want to get in on this?
Dude, let's do it. Let's put some money on.
Dude, I'm not kidding. If they win, I wouldn't even be shocked if he retired too. Like him.
You think so?
Well, dude, his brother's probably going to retire. They both retire the same year. I'm going to get married. I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to follow my rich girlfriend around.
Yeah. I can't see that. Dude, they're just, if they do win the Super Bowl, they've got so much, like, run it back. I feel like it's going to be like a run it back kind of thing.
Absolutely could.
Yeah. Well, definitely let's put some money on it. Let's just do money line. I think Bet Online AG is coming on as one of our sponsors. We don't have a promo code yet, but you can visit their website and let's put some money on it. Let's see. Like, at least we'll hedge our bets, right? Because if we put money on it and they do, make some money. That's great. And if they don't, we just paid however much money to not see them get engaged on the field.
There you go. But next week, I think we can do, we'll do wacky, like, Super Bowl bets. We'll do something fun.
All right, let's do it.
We'll do some research, see what's out there.
All right, we'll take a quick break and come back with this.
This episode is brought to you by Cigar Spots. Cigar Spots is located in the Circle of Orange.
Yeah, they have all your big brands like Fuente, Padron, Tatuaje, Ilusión. I mean, they've got pretty much every brand that you can imagine. My favorite, my go-to is always the Tatuaje brand. I like the specific 2012 Sumatra. That's my smoke. What do you got?
Nice. I've been going with the Tatuaje Red Label.
Yeah, Red Label's good. So they do at-home delivery. You can place your order online, and they'll deliver your cigars straight to your house. Or you can order for pickup. You can actually order online, and then they'll have it ready for you. You can just swing in, put some hazards on, and go and pick up your cigars and be done.
And don't forget the promo code.
Promo code Tony Joe when you check out, and get yourself 20% off your order. So visit cigarspots.com and use that promo code Tony Joe. All right, and we are back from break. All right, so we're going to get back into the house that my wife and I bought. Last time we talked about the house, we were getting into the purchase and how that all got laid out. So we'll fast forward. Purchase is done. House is in our name, and we are now starting all of the construction.
You got the keys.
It's
time to do it.
Time to do it. Time to, we went in there with the plan on essentially just kind of, redoing some of the flooring, doing the kitchen, things like that. Like I mentioned in the last episode, the house had the original hardwood floors in the bedrooms, but not in the living room. So we wanted to redo the floors in the bedroom, sand them down, stain them, and then find some luxury vinyl plank, as they call it, that is to match it and go into the living room.
Yeah,
that in itself was a fiasco, trying to get the right color and right.
So just finding the actual, like, somewhat match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's so many different colors, variations, and just like even the slightest hue difference can just make the room look so much different.
Yeah.
There was a big trend for a while to go gray, and gray is like, it's a choice. You see it, and it just doesn't have like a natural, for flooring. And like, we just stayed clear of that. Did not want to do that. We went with like a really nice natural tone of wood, and went with there's different like ratings on the flooring and how thick you can get it, and then also just the brand. So we went with Cortec was the brand that we went with, and the color I can't remember, but it was a really nice like light tan that matched what we were going to do in the back bedroom. But before we can do any of that work laying down the floor, we had to do some demolishing,
Tear it up.
do some demo, tear some stuff up. We had a really old kitchen with soffits and cabinets and just a big wall in between that blocked off the kitchen to the living room. We said, let's take this whole thing down. Let's take the wall down, open it up, and give ourselves a nice open concept from kitchen to the living room. I called up our guy, executive construction, called up Brent, and said, come take a look at this wall and tell me if it's load bearing and what we need to do to shore it up and make sure that once we take this wall down, it's good to go. We're not going to have any problems. He came over. He said, not load bearing. Have at it. Take your sledgehammer. Take your sawzall. Let it rip.
Yeah.
And so we did. We went crazy, just taking all the stuff down, taking all the cabinets down, taking out the wall. That in itself was it wasn't too difficult to do. It's just a lot of just elbow grease and just kind of putting your back into it and swinging a hammer and getting that stuff taken down. There's no finesse to it. In fact,
anything you want the opposite of the finesse.
Opposite. You want to just
I remember
have
tearing
at
down
it.
my brother's house, and it's like, dude, you got just like
swing away. That's
like,
it.
For sure. Yeah.
And our I don't know if you remember Tommy Walsh. Tommy Walsh, he went to El Medina and played football. Tommy was huge. He came over and brought me some big sledgehammers and some sawzall and brought some tools over. He was really clutch and got me really helped out to help with that side of it. In any case, we took down that entire wall. We kicked it out, took everything out to, as much as we could do to get it to a clean slate so that we could, at that point, do some electrical. Anthony Sabasco, our one of the sponsors from this episode at Pro West Electrical, he came in and ran new lines from our panel. We had a upgraded 200 amp panel, brought in new lines, new fresh lines from the panel into the kitchen to run our lighting, our garbage disposal, refrigerator, all of that. Nice clean lines all the way from the panel to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Really nice, clean job. He did we laid out everything with them, told them what we were going to be doing, gave them the layout of, where we were going to put everything. And we worked together to figure out where the outlets would go best, where the sconce light would go best, the pendant lights, and all of that. It was like a collaboration. He gave me his input on what would look best and what would work best, how many outlets you need, and all of that. So it was he was really helpful and really did help kind of get that, dial in all of the electrical there. At that point, it was a clean slate. We had all the electrical run, and then at that point, it was a matter of getting the plumbing done as well. We at some point we're going to do all of the plumbing and switch it over to copper piping. So we switched out while we had all the floors opened up. Let's get in there and do some plumbing so that it's nice and clean and we can tie it up later on. But the big thing was just getting everything done and getting everything torn down and getting all the stuff put in trash cans and get it have somebody come pick it. We had somebody come pick it up, and we spent about $400 to have somebody come pick up all the trash that we accumulated. But for people who do want to do the work themselves, it's not difficult to tear down. You did it with your brothers.
Yeah,
it's doable.
It's doable.
It is just a matter of finding out what's load bearing and making sure you're not going to take down a wall that is supposed to stay there, and then just having at it.
And you contributing your time to doing it too.
That's it.
Rather than paying somebody.
Yeah, and it pays dividends. That kind of work it costs a lot to bring in a crew to just do some demo, and if you can save yourself some money doing that, it's just one, you get the satisfaction of doing it yourself, and then two, obviously, save yourself some money. So that was demo.
So you would recommend though, if someone is in the middle of this, do the demo yourself.
Yeah, it's approachable. It's not. I wouldn't say that it's easy, but it's doable.
Okay.
And it saves yourself a lot of money. Of course, if you don't have the time, hire a crew to do all that. But there is something satisfying. It's a job that doesn't require a skill to take down a wall or take down cabinets and just have a sledgehammer and take some stuff down. Make sure your power, if there's any electrical outlets there, hit the breaker and make sure that you're not, you don't have power going to it, because you will do some damage. But it's something that is approachable. The demo part of it is, it's a fun part. It's I think the easiest part. And, the worst that you can do is just take down maybe some drywall that you shouldn't have. And you got to bring somebody in to come do that work.
Patch it up later.
Patch it up. So that'll be part 3. We'll get into some of the patchwork and, what it looked like to piece together all the mess that we made, and put some drywall back up, and then
cabinets, and then I remember you got the appliances, and then we had to go do the bathroom, and the floors, because furniture,
all of that.
More to come.
We're gonna break it down room by room, layer by layer, piece by piece. Demolishing was step 1. In the whole process. So, we'll break it down a little bit more in the next episode. But, cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe, as always. And, we've been putting out some of these. So check out our YouTube page, and we've got some little snippets here too. So, it's we got some stuff cooking. So we'll come back probably next week with another episode and do some predictions.
Some predictions. Yeah. We'll probably be wrong.
Will they get married? That's the big question.
Oh, dude, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Go put your money. Bet Online AG. You could type in Tony Joe and see if you get if something comes up. I don't know. Maybe some 20% discount. Don't hold your breath. But anyways, we'll catch you next time for another episode of Real and Field. Thanks.